Hey guys, right now we're going to talk about parallel lines. So what I actually would like you to do first, if you don't remember the relationship between parallel lines, is to click on this little guy right here. Hopefully it's still as a link. But when you click on that, you are going to end up in this website right here. So what I want you to do is take these lines, and we can take actually these points and move them around. And we can see that no matter how we change these two lines, my slope will always be the same. So I know that parallel lines have the same slope but they pass through different points. If two lines have the same slope and they pass through the same points, then they're just the same line. Sometimes that's called coincident or coincident. I've heard it pronounced both different ways. So, all right, the first thing we want to do is we want to graph a line that is parallel to the one given. So, first of all, what I bet you know is you know what parallel lines look like, right? They're always the ones that are right even with each other. We know that they never intersect, right? So go ahead and draw a line that looks as close to parallel to that line as we can. Let's see. Ooh. It's best I could do. Okay, so now we're supposed to look at the slope of each line to make sure that they're actually parallel, or at least close enough, right? Okay, so if I look at the slope of my line given, I'd go up 1 and over 2. So the slope of this line is 1/2. Now let's look at the slope of the line that we drew. So if we choose this point to this point, we went up 1 and over 2. So the slope of the line that I just drew was 1/2. So they have the same slope, so they must be parallel. Hooray. Sound good? Okay, so now we're going to find an equation that is parallel to the line 2x plus 3y equals 12 and passes through the point 4, -3 in point slope form. I know right now I might seem like I'm being annoying by telling you I want it in point slope form, but just trust me that when you get to calculus, point slope form is going to make your life a million times easier. So get used to it now. It will really help you next year. So first of all, we want a parallel line. So we know that parallel lines have the same slope. So I have to figure out what was the slope. Oopsies. Slope. I need to find out what the slope is of 2x plus 3y equals 12. So the easiest way that I know of to find the slope of a line when it's in standard form is just to solve for y. So to solve for y, I'm going to start by subtracting 2x from both sides. And I like to keep it in the order of slope-intercept form. So if I subtract 2x from both sides, I just put a -2x plus 12 instead of 12 minus 2x. I just like to have it in the same order. Okay, now to get y by itself, I have to divide everything by 3. So then these 3's divide away. I can just kind of pop that off as a -2/3 x, and then plus 4. So we want to find a parallel line. So parallel lines have the same slope. So what's the slope of that line? -2/3. So right now I know that my slope of this line needs to be -2/3. And then they gave us a point to go through. They want us to go through the point 4, -3. So we have a point, we have a slope, we can write the equation of our line. So we're going to have y minus y1. So y minus -3 is y plus 3 equals, then we near slope, -2/3, times x minus x1, so x minus 4. And then we'll be able to leave it just like that. Okay, go ahead and solve the next one. Okay, so hopefully on number 3, you were able to pop out the slope pretty quickly, so we could tell their slope was 3/4 there. The second line is a little bit more difficult, so hopefully you solved for y and you found that the slope of that line was -3/4. Since the slopes are not exactly the same, they're not parallel. And then hopefully on number 4, you got the same answer as me. Now we have to do the same thing that we just talked about. We have to solve for y to be able to find our slope. And our slope of this guy ends up being 1/2. So we got that slope of 1/2. They told us to go through the line 5, -2, and we just have to pop in our numbers. So we end up with y plus 2 equals 1/2 times x minus 5. All right, see you guys next time.